decade is barreling towards Jamaica, Haiti, and Cuba. Matthew, which peaked at 160-mile-an-hour winds, is now a violent Category 4 hurricane, triggering deadly flooding, washing away homes, roads, and bridges. Lashing out and lighting up Aruba, the monster surf has officials pleading for locals to stay away from the beach, though not everyone is heeding the warning. In Jamaica, millions are bracing.
How worried are you about this one? Very worried.
A run on supplies, lumber, groceries, and gas.
It's all in God's hands. I mean, there's no point in worrying, because if it's going to come, it's going to come. But you have to be, you would be foolish if you didn't prepare for it.
Up to 20 inches of rain could quickly fall as winds like these get set to pound a region, hunkering down for impact.
With beaches closed and shelters open, we are beginning to see the first waves of the hurricane here in Jamaica. Steady rain will likely develop overnight, then we'll have that punishing weather in the early morning hours. We're also told by the Prime Minister there is nothing more this country can do except for brace and be prepared. Now back to you.
15 to 25 inches of rain expected in Haiti. Some spots near 40 inches of rain by Tuesday. Jamaica could pick up anywhere from 15 to 20 inches of rain. We're going to show you the traffic, Matthew, as we get closer to the middle of the newscast here in about the next 10 to 15 minutes. Closer to home on Super Dot 3, we still have a few isolated showers. If you're watching us in southern portions of York County, got a few showers.
This is your Jamaica Observer Weekly Roundup. I am Casey Asher. In the news this week, Hurricane Matthew on Friday strengthened to a major Category 4 storm as it moved through the Caribbean. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has urged Jamaicans to prepare for the hurricane, which could impact the island starting Sunday night. Matthew battered the eastern Caribbean Wednesday night, claiming at least one life as it flooded St. Vincent, Dominica, and St. Lucia. Director of the Meteorological Service of Jamaica, Evan Thompson, said the country is likely to experience 24 to 36 hours of rainfall if Hurricane Matthew strikes. The police on Thursday reported that 3 high-powered firearms were among 4 illegal guns recovered as a joint police-military contingent stormed Montego Bay in a bid to quell the recent flare-up of violence in the area. During the past 2 weeks, criminal gangs in St. James have murdered 23 people and injured 13 others, according to Security Minister Robert Montague. The gangsters and the scammers have forced the hand of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, prompting them to split the St. James Police Division into 2 distinct divisions. Police Commissioner Dr. Carl Williams made the announcement at the PSOJ President's Forum on Tuesday.
The gangsters are being displaced from Montego Bay, and they are traveling out from Montego Bay into the rural communities. Local youths are falling in line, and so now we need 2 distinct divisions of St. James.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Andrew Holness on Sunday said that the government will establish a Coast Guard post in Montego Bay to stem the flow of illegal firearms into the country. Jamaica Customs has warned the public to be on the alert for criminals who target mainly women with promises of good deals on motor vehicles. Head of Jamaica Customs, Major Richard Rees, said the criminals either trick victims out of their money or force them to accept vehicles that differ from what they ordered.
The individual engages with them, usually collects money, and then is expected to remit the funds to the supplier. Oftentimes that money doesn't move. Then they ask for an update and they say, well, the car is on its way. Now if the money does get there and the car does get here, usually what arrives here is not what they ordered.
A Jamaican man has made the latest top 10 most wanted list of the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE. He is 52-year-old Desmond Hugh Chambers, who was convicted for several crimes in the U.S. before being deported to Jamaica in May 2000. ICE reported that he unlawfully re-entered the U.S. at an unknown date and is wanted for deportation. A man identified only by his alias Spike was on Wednesday shot dead at the Constant Spring Arcade in St. Andrew by a woman who is said to be a licensed firearm holder. The two were reportedly in an altercation when Spike was shot. A policeman on Tuesday went to the top of a commercial building in Manchester, placed a rope around his neck and threatened to jump in an attempt to commit suicide. The policeman was eventually taken down with assistance from his colleagues, members of the fire brigade and the Jamaica Public Service. In sport, organizers of the Flow